everyone, to the Apoco-Larry podcast. I'm Steve, and he is
Dr. Van Beek.
Don't you forget it, people.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah. He is bringing the full weight of his doctorate to this podcast.
Well, I was thinking I did do the work. I should claim the doctorate. It is an earned doctorate, so
yeah. It's not the kind like this Cracker Jack MA I've got. It's the actual real stuff. Oh, can you imagine an MA in leadership? Seriously, people, come on. Anyway, my friend, we're going to talk about 2 Samuel 15. Anything you want to do to introduce it?
Well, if you remember back from the last time we were together,
it was eons ago.
David finally allowed Absalom back. Remember, Joab did all of the work that Joab did, and to get Absalom back, and David allowed him back, but wouldn't see him.
Right.
And then finally, that changed, and now Absalom. Now I don't know the exact time period here, but now Absalom is conspiring against his dad.
What a weasel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird. You wouldn't think that he would do that, but remember, David was a fantastic king, I believe.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best father.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Verse 1. In the course of time, Absalom provided himself with a chariot.
See, the author didn't know either. He just
yeah. Sometime.
As time went on.
Yeah. Absalom provided himself with a chariot and horses and with 50 men to run ahead of him, because hey, there must be somebody important coming. There's 50 men ahead of him.
And to run ahead of a chariot is difficult to do.
Yeah.
The reason they mention that he provided himself with a chariot is some of the authors think that he was the first guy in their circles to have a chariot. So this was kind of an important thing that he did. It's a status symbol as well as a very good thing to have.
Right. Verse 2, he would get up early and stand by the side of the road leading to the city gate. Whenever anyone came with a complaint to be placed before the king for a decision, Absalom would call out to him, "What town are you from?" He would answer, "Your servant is from one of the tribes of Israel." Then Absalom would say, "Look, your claims are valid and proper, but there is no representative of the king to hear you." And Absalom would add, "If only I were appointed judge in the land, then everyone who has a complaint or a case would come to me, and I would see that they receive justice."
Okay, so you see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to build himself up. I'm not just a guy. I'm not just one of David's sons, but I'm going to be the one who's going to dispense judgment, if you wish. So he's, and he says, this thing that you're bringing me has merit. So then the people feel good about him. So he's making them feel good. He's also letting them know that David's not doing his job. There's no one here to hear you. But I mean, if I could, you bet I would do something good for you. So so he's the leader of the opposition, sort of thing.
That's right. Promising the sun, moon, and stars.
Yes, and hopefully our leader of the opposition will deliver. But
yeah,
but you don't have to deliver when you just have to promise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay,
verse 5. Also, whenever anyone approached him to bow down before him, Absalom would reach out his hand, take hold of him, and kiss him. Absalom behaved in this way towards all Israelites who came to the king asking for justice. So he stole the hearts of the people of Israel.
There you go. Yeah, he's winning them over. They're easy to win over, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, just like we are. I mean, you give me what I want, I win. You can win me over.
Yep. At the end of 4 years, Absalom said to the king, "Let me go to Hebron and fulfill a vow I made to the Lord. While your servant was living at Geshur in Aram, I made this vow. If the Lord takes me back to Jerusalem, I will worship in Hebron."
So the important thing that here is he's saying, I want to go back to Hebron. That's where the throne was before David moved it to Jerusalem. So Hebron would still be a very important place, right? Uh-huh. There'd still be some frustration in Hebron, possibly, that he ever moved the kingdom from Hebron to Jerusalem.
Right.
The palace. So all of these are very smart things he's doing. He's making really smart
Yep.
political moves to upstage his dad.
Yep. Yep. Verse 10. So then Absalom sent secret messengers throughout the tribes of Israel to say, as soon as you hear the sound of trumpets, then say, Absalom is king in Hebron. 200 men from Jerusalem had accompanied Absalom. They had been invited as guests and went quite innocently, knowing nothing about the matter. While Absalom was offering sacrifices, he also sent for, I could not even begin to try that one.
Ahithophel.
Thank you. The Gileonite.
So Ahithophel is Bathsheba's granddad.
Okay, David's counselor, to come from Gilead, his hometown. And so the conspiracy gained strength, and Absalom's following kept on increasing.
Amazing, eh? Amazing the quality, because they said that this Ahithophel was known for his wisdom,
Okay.
and he'd been David's guy, and now he is Absalom's guy. So pretty interesting the way he's kind of pulled these together over a period of 4 years. So it's not a short period of time.
Right. But he was very deliberate about this.
Very actively making a place for himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Verse 13. A messenger came and told David, the hearts of the people of Israel are with Absalom. Then David said to all his officials who were with him in Jerusalem, come, we must flee, or none of us will escape from Absalom. We must leave immediately, or he will move quickly to overtake us and bring ruin on us and put the city to the sword.
Yeah, and that interests me because so David's going to run away. And he's taken his main officials with him, and they're going. But Absalom doesn't have the big army. David still has a standing army. So I don't know why he did this, unless he's even worried that his standing army is going to go with Absalom. Because I guess that can happen, right?
Yep. The king's officials answered him, your servants are ready to do whatever our lord, the king, chooses. The king set out with his entire household following him, but he left 10 concubines to take care of the palace. Yeah, thanks.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, thanks, David. Just leave us behind, whatever. So the king set out with all the people following him, and they halted at the edge of the city. All his men marched past him, along with the Kerethites and the Plethites, something like that.
Yeah, now those guys are Philistines.
Oh, interesting.
And the thing that I read said we're not really sure why they joined with David at this point in history, but they did. And so it's really interesting because you always think of the Philistines as some great horde of barbaric people,
Right.
but everybody had mercenary armies. Armies that you would hire, and they would fight for you, whatever country you're from. And this is what these guys had. He didn't have a Goliath, but he had he had the little Philistines.
And all 600 Gittites who had accompanied him from Gath marched before the king. The king said to Attai the Gittite, why should you come along with us? Go back and stay with King Absalom. You're a foreigner, an exile from your homeland. You came only yesterday, and today I shall make you wander about with us when I do not know where I'm going. Go back and take your people with you. May the Lord show you kindness and faithfulness.
Still a good king.
Yep. Right to the end. But Attai replied to the king, as surely as the Lord lives, and as my king the Lord lives, wherever my lord the king may be, whether it means life or death, there your servant will be.
Yeah.
David said to Attai, go ahead, march on. So Attai the Gittite marched on with all his men and the families that were with him. The whole countryside wept aloud as all the people passed by. The king also crossed the Kidron Valley, and all the people moved on toward the wilderness. Zadok was there too, and all the Levites who were with them carrying the Ark of the Covenant of God.
Remember, Zadok was the priest.
Right.
Yeah.
They set down the Ark of God and offered sacrifices until all the people had finished leaving the city.
Yeah.
Then the king said to Zadok, take the Ark of God back into the city. If I find favor in the Lord's eyes, he will bring me back and let me see it and his dwelling place again. But if he says, I am not pleased with you, then I am ready. Let him do to me whatever seems good to him.
Don't you love him? You
Yeah,
got to love David at this point, don't you?
yeah, yeah,
He brings the ark out, brings all the people out, does the proper ceremonies, and then he says, "Yeah, bring the ark back." And if God doesn't want me back in, then I don't get to go back in.
yeah,
Yeah, he he's still through all of this a man of God,
yeah, yeah.
and
So true.
that's the important thing, right?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
The king also said to Zadok the priest, do you understand? Go back to the city with my blessing. Take your son Amaz with you, and also Abthar, son of Jonathan. You and Abthar return with your 2 sons. I will wait at the fords in the wilderness until the word comes from you to inform me. So Zadok and Abthar took the ark of God back to Jerusalem and stayed there. But David continued up the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went. His head was covered, and he was barefoot. And all the people with him covered their heads too, and were weeping as they went up. Now David had been told, Athaliah is among the conspirators with Absalom. So David prayed, Lord, turn Athaliah's counsel into foolishness.
Nice, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. So because Athaliah's known for his wisdom, so he's saying, God, just if it's at all possible, make this man stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he comes up with a plan about helping with the stupidity.
Yes.
You
Okay.
know?
When this is verse 32, when David
Yeah.
arrived at the summit where people used to worship God, Hushai the Archite was there to meet him, his robe torn and dust on his head. David said to him, if you go with me, you will be a burden to me. But if you return to the thanks. But if you return to the city and say to Absalom, Your Majesty, I will be your servant. I was your father's servant in the past, but now I will be your servant. Then you can help me by frustrating Athaliah's advice. Won't the priests Zadok and Abthar be there with you? Let them tell them anything you hear in the king's palace. Their 2 sons, Amaz son of Zadok and Jonathan son of Abthar, will be there with them. Send them to me with anything you hear.
Okay. So like he's asked God to confuse this guy. Then he's done the military thing of sending in a spy.
Yeah.
And he wants this spy to do a couple of things. He wants him to confuse the advice that he gives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he wants him to send these kids back with any message. So I like what he's done. He's asked God for help, very seriously, very sincerely asked God for help, and then prepared
Right.
for the thing that's coming. I still don't know why he left the city, why he didn't make a stand, but he didn't. So
Yeah. Yeah. David seems very much a both and type guy, right? Ask God for his blessing, ask God to bless him, says, I will accept God's will, and then does stuff at the same time.
does what he can.
Yeah.
But remember when the son died, remember he prayed and prayed and prayed, and then when the boy died, he just got up and went about his business with God.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I've got my answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep serving God." I kind of like it. I like it. I'd like to be that guy who says, I'll pray for God's help, and if it doesn't come, then I'll just accept it and
Yeah.
still love God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Hushai, you got one
Yeah.
more verse.
And then verse 37. So Hushai, David's confidant, arrived at Jerusalem as Absalom was entering the city.
Yeah. So preparing you for what's going to happen in the next chapters with Absalom, and it's a sad thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you could tie all of this back to Bathsheba.
Mm.
When David sinned with Bathsheba, and God said, "Okay, life's going to give you trouble now,"
Right.
and and he still loves God, and he still serves God, but he does have issues in his life. And I'm not a prosperity guy very much, but it does sound like you fooled around on God, and now these are the consequences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you could look at it differently and say the kings never had anything to do with their sons, and so what the sons became had nothing to do with proper upbringing by a good father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could go that way with it too. But I also remember when God said after the Bathsheba thing, trouble's going to come,
Yeah.
and it does for him.
Do you think, does it also point back to the episode with Tamar as well?
Well, that when Absalom kills Amnon,
Mm.
that's on Absalom's part. That's very true.
Yeah.
Because David should have stepped up and done something.
Mm.
Like he should have done something to Amnon right away. He did nothing. And then when Absalom does something, then he gets upset at the wrong time, because Absalom did the very righteous thing by killing this guy that caused his sister so much grief. So yeah, so that's a part of it too. That might be the bad fathering thing, or the bad ruling thing. Even though as an overall king, he was great.
Yeah,
he was
so true.
He cared about the people that he was ruling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he cared about God. So he was the right king. Well, his line never ends, right? Jesus comes through his line.
Yeah, right. And he's still always referred to as a man after God's own heart. So
yeah, even with all the mistakes, which gives you hope.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a man after God's own heart, otherwise, otherwise we're more like Saul, right?
That's right. What is this
bleeding of David than Saul?
Yeah. What is this bleeding of sheep I hear? Well, I don't know. You tell me.
And it always surprised me that David did some of the stuff Saul did, that Saul got into real trouble for. It didn't seem to matter when David did it.
Yeah.
Remember, like the sacrifices and some of the stuff they did.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's got to deal with his son now, and we're not quite through the rebellion.
Yeah. Well, here we are at the halfway point. So if you're tracking along, we've finished A New Hope, and we're about to start The Empire Strikes Back. No, that's not how it goes. Anyway, but yeah, like Larry said, next week we'll actually pick this up and then find out how this plays out. Thank you so much for this, my friend. It's good to have this illuminated in terms of even little things like, why are the Philistines with David, and all this kind of really weird stuff that's going on. So folks, as always, we're so thankful that you listen, so thankful that you just encourage us by the numbers of people that we see listening. Tell your friends, write it on telephone poles. No, what do the kids do these days? Oh, they put it on social media. That's what they do. That's what the kids do. Put it on social media. But until then,
I still like the leaflets. I do like the leaflets on the telephone poles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Here's my lost cat, and would you like some guitar lessons? Hold
this little tab.
But no, in all seriousness, folks, thanks so much for listening. Until next time, I was Steve, he was Larry, and this was the Empire.